Okay, it's time to add some electric to the pole barn. Me and my dad rented a ditch digger at $200 a day, and you can see it's quite a stretch, about 80 feet. And this device saved us quite a bit of effort. It would have took me probably 1 or 2 days to dig that by hand, and that ditch digger did the entire thing within an hour. Now it's time to put together some conduit. Here's the 90-degree bend that's going to go up the wall of the house. Just using some regular old PVC cement. And here's one of the straight portions that I'm putting together. Same method. And there's the conduit laid in the ground, and you can see the pole coming up alongside the building. And the other side's already installed. And there's my dad using his ATV to fill in the ditch. The dirt, as luck would have it, came out very powdery. So it was rather easy for his snowplow to just push it back into the ditch. And this is a view of it almost finished. I think he just needs to make one more pass. Okay, now we're on to the inside of the pole barn. I have to remove some temporary bracing that was installed during the construction of the pole barn. And I cleaned up the floor so we can measure for the bottom piece of treated 2x4. Okay, once that was laid down, I was able to go off the center of my post to mark off all of my stud locations. And I cut all the studs, I believe, to 112 inches. That way they could go up inside the header of the pole barn. And here we are, marking off the locations for the studs on the top, also going off the center of the post. As you can see, I'm just nailing them straight through the side because they're going up through the header. Now it's time to attach the bottom treated piece of 2x4 with my nail gun. And here, I'm toe-nailing the bottom of the studs to the treated piece of 2x4. Now it's time to position a scrap piece of wood behind the studs to anchor the bottom of the electric box, as the top piece will be anchored to the already existing rail behind the studs. Here I am laying out the marks for making some holes because I intend to use lag bolts. Another test fit just to make sure that the holes line up. And it's supported nicely off of the lag bolts that I just installed. I cut a hole through the pole barn for the 90-degree box to go through. There's an inside view of it. And you can see I've already got my strain relief attached on the top. Here's the box on the house side, already strapped to the wood. And there's the hole coming through, as I intend to run the wire along the edge of the roof there with the other wires. Eventually the entire roof will be replaced, so it won't be an issue. And here's my dad laying out some shielded Ethernet cable as we decided to go ahead and run that along with the electric line. So here we have the fish tape all ready to go. I'm shoving it through to my dad's end, and he will attach the wire so that we can pull it through the conduit. And here we are, rigging up the wire so that we can attach it to the fish tape. All you really need to do is bend over one of the wires, put it through the fish tape, and here we're adding the Ethernet cable as well. Now we just have to electrical tape up the whole conglomeration so that it can be pulled through the conduit. And now to make things run a little smoother, I've decided to add some Crisco to the outside of the electrical tape. And here I am beginning to pull the electric with the fish tape. It took a little while because I had to continually wind the fish tape back onto its reel with every pull. My dad was on the far end pushing the cable conglomeration into the pipe as I was pulling on the fish tape. And here we go, the end of the wire is finally poking through. Now it's time to have it all attached up to the box. At this moment nothing is live as we have not connected the inside wire to the house yet. So now it's time to pull some wires through. Here comes the Ethernet cable and the electric line. And there I have it kind of loosely laid out, and I've drilled a hole through the other piece of ceiling over here so that I could run it into the electric box in the other room. And here it is going through the other room. And I've attached it up inside the bottom of the house's electric box. All I really needed was a single 50 amp 220 volt breaker. And here's the panel already rigged up on the inside of the pole barn, and I've decided to add a single 20 amp circuit to a single quad outlet. Currently the only thing running off of it is the lights, but eventually I'm going to run electric throughout all 3 rooms.